So in this video, I wanted to go over my thoughts on the new announcement, Tudor's new announcement of the new Tudor Ranger, or the reissued Tudor Ranger 39mm tool watch. I kind of wanted to give my opinion on that watch and kind of discuss my thought process on whether or not I was going to buy one or not. Because when I saw the announcement, I was like, oh my god, that's kind of like what I've been looking for. I don't have, as far as my Tudors are concerned, I have my Tudor 1926. It's definitely not what I would consider a tool watch, but it does share a lot of similarities with the newly announced Ranger. It has 100 meters of water resistance. It has a black dial. It has a rather nice, although it's not an oyster style bracelet, but it is a very nice bracelet. It has a nice screw down crown. I mean, the only thing that's really missing on this watch is obviously the movement in the Rangers. Obviously, it's a way more superior movement with the cost certified, in-house movement that they have. This is it has the smiley face, so it has an ETA-based movement in this watch. Very similar. I believe it actually has the same case back, to be honest. So there's a lot of similarities to this watch. Obviously, had they come out with a 1926 with some loomed markers or loom numerals and loom hands, and it would actually be almost a Ranger, to be honest. But this is definitely not a watch to replace the Ranger. It's not enough to satisfy the want for that new Ranger watch when I saw the announcement. I also have my Hamilton khaki field. This is the 42mm version, also known, also Cap's watch in the Avengers. This, if you got it on the bracelet and you got the 38mm version, I think it would be a dead ringer for the new Ranger, and way cheaper. We're talking like $600 or something, maybe 700. I can put it up there on the screen. But I actually have a watch that for me satisfies my Ranger lust, I suppose, the most, and that's my Ball Trainmaster. I bought this not too long ago, and it actually shares a lot of similarities to the new Ranger. And when I saw this new Ranger announcement, I was thinking to myself, wow. I was about to call my AD and see if they had one in stock for me to take a look at. But then I kind of paused for a moment and thought to myself, what do I have in my collection that kind of gives me the same thing or the same vibe? And I was thinking, oh my god, I kind of already have a Ranger, like a Ranger-ish watch, and that is my Ball. This is the closest thing that I have to a Ranger. And I've been actually wearing it all day because of that, since the announcement. And it has very similar bracelet. Obviously, it doesn't have the T-fit clasp, but the new Tudor has, which, I mean, everybody raves about that bracelet. This has a butterfly clasp, not a bad one, but still. This is titanium. It has that nice brush finish that the Ranger has. Also has loomed hands. This is with these are tritium too, so definitely different kind of loom that the Ranger has, but it has the big numerals as well as the Ranger. Nice black dial, and obviously this does have a screw down crown, but for some reason it's only rated at 30 meters. Looks like a very secure case back there. Obviously, this is not an in-house movement. I think this is an ETA or Sellita-based movement. But I was thinking, man, this is very close to the Ranger, and I'm like, I just saved $3,000. I'm still on the fence on whether or not I'm going to get the Ranger, though. I think Tudor did a hell of a good job with that watch. I think it's going to sell really well. I don't know. And honestly, I think that 39mm is the perfect size for it. To be honest, it's like a happy medium. A lot of people think the 36 is too small. The Rolex Explorer, I could probably pull it off, but I think 39 is better for me personally. I'm sure a lot of enthusiasts out there are thinking, they should have just put it out at 36, and it would be like more authentic, to the original watch that they're trying to emulate. But yeah, so yeah, this is I guess another look at my my Ball watch, because ever since, this is honestly one of my favorite watches, one of the watches that's getting the most wrist time for me. I love the fact that the tritium looms are always lit. Doesn't matter how good your loom is, eventually it's going to run out of steam, and you're not going to be able to read the time if you're somewhere dark, like in a movie theater, or maybe you're out at a bar and the lights are dim and stuff. You can still read the time pretty well with this thing, and that's pretty cool. Well, anyway, the announcement of the new Ranger allowed me to break out the Ball again, which is quite nice. Let me just zoom in and give you a quick, nice middle look of that dial again. Again, it sort of has a look. This is obviously a GMT watch, so it's not as simple as the Ranger. I do love the simplicity of it, honestly, and I'm still on the fence on whether or not I'm going to buy it or not. Maybe not now, maybe not later. I have bought a lot of watches recently, so I kind of have to pull back sometimes. But this watch kind of does it for me. It has just enough for me to get by. So another thing I wanted to point out of this watch, I just wanted to show you some measurements here, just to kind of show how much of a dead ringer it is for it as far as size is concerned. So the new Ranger's 39 millimeters, pretty much dead on, I believe, from what I've seen, and the Ball is 38.6, so pretty close to the new Ranger, honestly. And it wears, and I think the new Ranger is about 12 millimeters tall, maybe 11 point something, and this is 10.9, so actually thinner. This watch is thinner than the Ranger, and the lug to lug on this watch about 45 and a half, so wears nicely on the wrist. It's a very comfortable watch. I think this watch weighs like 95 grams, and you wouldn't, given, because of the titanium, it just feels like you're not wearing anything. It looks like a watch that should weigh something, but it doesn't feel like anything on your wrist. And sometimes I just like a nice watch that just is super comfortable, and just this is such an easy watch to wear. I just wanted to endorse Ball. I guess I wanted so I used the Ranger as an excuse to bring out the Ball again to talk about it. Ball is a brand that deserves a little more attention, in my opinion. So any excuse to break out this watch and talk about it a little more. And I think I got this thing for $600 on sale. Obviously it was discontinued. I think I got it at Shop Warden, but a hell of a good deal, a hell of a good nice watch. And it's kind of like filling my void for the new Ranger for now, unless I eventually cave and actually buy it. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the new Ranger. Really good job, Tudor. I think you knocked it out of the park with that release. And yeah, but this for now, this is doing it for me. Really helps the channel out if you can like and subscribe. And if you have any questions about either watch, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you have any comments about the Ranger as well, what are your thoughts about it? Do you think Tudor knocked it out of the park, or do you disagree with me? Please leave it in the comments and let me know what you think. And I'll see you in the next one.